Good morning to everyone. Let us now we'll discuss about the problems on polarization. So, according to Brewster's law, when an unpolarized light is incident on the transparent medium of refractive index mu, it gets reflected partially and refracted partially. If the reflected ray is completely polarized, then relation between angle of incidence and refractive index of the medium is given by mu is equal to tan IP, where mu is equal to refractive index of the transparent medium and IP is equal to angle of polarization. Angle of polarization means, suppose this is the situation. This is the surface of the transparent medium. Let unpolarized light is made to incident on the surface along this direction. Unpolarized light means it is having both arrows and dots in equal number. This is unpolarized light. And this is the normal drawn on the surface at which the light ray incident. The light ray gets partially reflected and partially refracted into the medium. Reflected light, and this is the refracted light. The angle of incidence at which reflected light contains only sigma components means it is a perfectly plane polarized light. So, the angle of incidence at which reflected light is completely polarized is called as the angle of polarization, and it is represented by IP. So, according to law of reflection, angle of polarization is equal to angle of reflection. Angle of incidence is equal to angle of reflection. It is also equal to IP. Refractive index of the transparent medium is mu. So, the relation between mu and IP is mu is equal to tan IP. Second one, suppose this is a polarizer. Polarizer means it is a device used to produce a plane polarized light from unpolarized light. Suppose an unpolarized light is incident on the polarizer. It is having both arrows and dots in equal number. Right? This is polarizer. So after passing through the polarizer, the light is having only one component. Let it is having only the arrows. It is said to be a plane polarized light. So that's why a device used to produce a plane polarized light from unpolarized light is known as the polarizer. Again, at certain distance from the polarizer, another crystal is also placed such that the optic axis of the polarizer and the second crystal is equal to theta. Angle between the polarizer axis and analyzer axis. This is analyzer. Analyzer means it is also a crystal which decides the nature of the light coming from the polarizer light. Okay, now it is called as the analyzer. Angle between the axis of polarizer and analyzer is equal to theta. Here the intensity of light incident on the polarizer is equal to I naught, and ఇక్కడ ఒక half the light is completely stopped from the polarizer. Only half the light will be emitted, means light intensity emitted from the polarizer is equal to I naught by 2, and the same light is incident on the analyzer. Right? Now the intensity of the light transmitted from the analyzer is given by I. Therefore, the relation between I and angle between the axis of polarizer and analyzer is given by Malus law. According to that, I is equal to I naught by 2 into cos square theta. I is equal to I naught by 2 into cos square theta, where I naught is equal to angle of incidence. I naught is equal to intensity of the light incident on the polarizer, means it is the intensity of the unpolarized light. So I is equal to I naught by 2 cos square theta. In the same way, Suppose n polarizers, first one, second one, third one, and so on. Say suppose it is the first one, first polarizer P1, second polarizer P2, third polarizer P3, fourth polarizer P4, and there are n polarizers. Suppose this is the nth polarizer Pn. Unpolarized light is incident on the first polarizer whose intensity is equal to I naught. Angle between it is given that angle between the axis of any two successive polaroids is equivalent to theta. Now the intensity of the light coming out from the last one is given by I is equal to I naught by 2 into cos power 2 into n minus 1 theta. This is the formula for intensity of the light emitted from the last polarizer, right? Okay. Now example number 1. Example 1. See here clearly. Let us suppose two polaroids, they are oriented with their transmission axis making an angle of 30 degrees with each other. What is the fraction of incident unpolarized light is transmitted? Are you understand? Two polarizers or two polaroids. Two polaroids are kept in such a way that angle between the axis of polarizer and analyzer is equal to 30 degrees. 30 degrees. Then find first one. What is the intensity of light emitted from second polarizer? Second one, find the fraction of light emitted from the second polarizer. Also it is given, let I naught is equal to intensity of unpolarized light. Intensity of unpolarized light. So the first one, solution. According to Malus law, the intensity of light emitted from the second polarizer or analyzer I is equal to, what is it? I naught by 2 into cos square theta. That is I naught by 2 into cos square theta is equal to 30 degrees. That is I naught by 2 into cos 30 is equal to root 3 by 2. Or root 3 by 2 whole square. It is equal to I naught by 2 into root 3 by 2 whole square means 3 by 4. So that is equal to 3 I naught by 8. What is it? This is the light emitted from the first polarizer. Okay na? Then second one, what is the fraction of incident light emitted from the second polarizer? Fraction of emitted light. What is the fraction of light emitted from the second polarizer? Intensity of the incident light is equal to I naught. Light emitted from the polarizer, second one is equal to I. So the fraction of light emitted from the second one, fraction of light emitted from the second one is given by I naught minus I by I naught. Okay na? That is 1 minus I by I naught, or 1 minus I is equal to, it is 3 I naught by 8 by I naught. So that is 1 minus 3 by 8. 1 minus 3 by 8 means 1 minus 3 by 8 means 5 by 8. 5 by 8. Therefore, this is the percentage. Percentage of light emitted from the analyzer is equal to into 100. Fraction means only I minus I naught by 2. So into 100. Into 100. Into 100. Solve it. Right? Next, example 2. Example 2. Some unpolarized light falls on two polarizing sheets placed one top of the other. Placed one top of the other. What must be the angle between the characteristic direction of sheets if the intensity of transmitted light is 1/3 of the intensity of light incident beam? The intensity of the light emitted from the second polarizer is given by I is equal to I naught by 3, where I naught is equal to intensity of light incident on the first polarizer. And then find the angle between the two polarites. Theta is equal to, again I is equal to I naught cos square I naught by 2 cos square theta. That is, I is given by here I naught by 3 into I naught by 2 into cos square theta. I naught cancel. Therefore, cos square theta is equal to 2 by 3 and cos theta is equal to root of 2 by 3 and theta is also equal to cos inverse of root of 2 by 3. This is the angle between the two polarized axes. Right? Next example. Next example is, an analyzer is inclined to polarizer at an angle of 30 degrees. Theta is equal to 30 degrees. The intensity of light emerging from the analyzer is, it is given, intensity of the light emitted from the analyzer is 1 by nth of the intensity of incident light. Then find the value of n. What is the value of n? According to the given problem, I is equal to 1 by n into I naught. Again, I is equal to I naught by 2 into cos square theta is equal to 1 by n into I naught. So I naught cancelled. Then cos square theta is equal to 2 by n. Cos square theta is equal to 2 by n. Cos square theta is equal to 2 by n. Also given theta equal to 30. Cos 30 is equal to root 3 by 2. Whole square is equal to 3 by 4. 3 by 4 is equal to 2 by n. Therefore, n is equal to 8 by 3. This is the value of n. Right? Okay. Next, one more example. When a beam of unpolarized light of wavelength lambda is incident on the surface of a liquid at an angle phi, the reflected light is completely polarized, and find the value of wavelength of the light in the liquid medium. Okay, na? Right? What is the given example? Suppose this is the surface of the transparent medium. surface of the transparent medium. Unpolarized light is made to incident on the surface. This is unpolarized light. So it is the normal drawn on the surface, and this is the refracted light. Transparent medium refractive index is equal to refractive index of the transparent medium is equal to mu. Suppose a beam of light having wavelength lambda, it is incident on the surface at an angle phi. Also, the reflected light ray is completely polarized light. Reflected light is completely polarized, means it is having only sigma components. It is reflected light. Also here, angle of reflection is also equal to phi. Angle of refraction is r. Then it is proved that angle between the reflected light and refracted light is given by 90 degrees. Okay, na? Refractive index of the transparent medium is mu. So here, what is the wavelength of the light in the liquid medium? In the liquid medium, wavelength is equal to, suppose, lambda dash. Wavelength. Suppose here r is equal to angle of refraction. Now the relation between refractive index and angle of incidence is given by, according to Brewster's law, mu is equal to tan IP. IP is equal to phi here. Okay, na? Mu is equal to tan IP. Therefore, mu, it can also be defined as mu is proportional to 1 by velocity of light. Also mu c is also proportional to lambda. Means mu is inversely proportional to wavelength, or mu into lambda is equal to constant. Mu into lambda equal to constant. So for a light of wavelength lambda, for refracted wavelength it is lambda dash. For these two waves, angle of incidence is same, and phi remains constant. Phi constant means mu is proportional to 1 by lambda, or mu lambda is equal to constant. So from this relation, mu lambda is equal to constant. Mu 1 lambda 1 is equal to mu 2 lambda 2. Okay. Therefore, mu in the first air medium, for air medium refractive index is equal to, mu 1 is equal to 1. 1 into lambda is equal to mu 2. It is the surface of the liquid, and its wavelength is lambda 2. Refractive index is equal to mu dash into 1 by lambda dash. Again, mu is equal to, what is it? Tan phi. Mu means refractive index of the transparent second medium is equal to mu dash is equal to tan phi. So that's why it is represented by tan phi into lambda dash. Therefore, lambda dash is equal to lambda by tan phi. It is the wavelength of the refracted beam into the liquid medium.